Welcome back to another episode of The Canon. Today we have some Wolverine news, we have some Batman news, Justice League news, and just news. Before we get into the news today, I want to remind you that if you retweet this video, if you share it on Facebook, you're automatically entered for a chance to win a DVD giveaway, and it is the classic Batman Returns for this week. So get out there, share it, real easy, and then we'll do a drawing for that winner. But first up, we have some new news. Wolverine 3 is now officially called Logan. We also have a poster, and we have a character picture of Patrick Stewart, and we got some story details, which we'll get into. So Sal, first off, what do you think about title and the poster?
Title, I think, is rightfully titled. It's simple, it's to the point, it's more about the man Logan than it is about Wolverine, which is every single movie has been Wolverine, whatever. So I think they're kind of starting simple. I like it. I'm excited for this movie thus far. The poster looks awesome. It gives us so much yet so little, so that's pretty cool. Patrick Stewart, we just saw the first images of him. What the hell's going on, man? He's forgetting things. His mind isn't what it used to be.
Why is he still alive?
Why is he still alive? Yes, exactly. So we'll kind of figure all that out soon. But so far the plot is, Logan is old too as well. He's not regenerating as best as he can. He's an alcoholic, and he just seems like he's in a really bad state. So this is kind of going to be a new Wolverine that we're going to see. And I think that's going to make for a better movie than the last two have been. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, so kind of spoiler warnings for those that don't want to know. The plot details that came out today is going to be 2024, 2023, one of those. Basically, Wolverine's powers are fading. He's no longer regenerating the way he used to. Patrick Stewart's powers are fading, and his powers are now out of control. So they're both getting old. They're both kind of on the last leg. There's a company that we assume was created by the Essex Corp that is turning mutant children into weapons. Yeah. And this particular girl that we see in the poster holding Logan's hand has 2 claws instead of 3. Sal, what does that mean? Tell us.
Well, we don't know if she is.
But.
Okay, yeah. But it could be X-23 from the comics, Laura Kinney, who kind of nowadays kind of takes over for Logan a little bit. But in the movie, people are saying that in this universe, in the movie universe, that she's going to take over for Wolverine, for Hugh Jackman, and that we might be getting just her instead of a new casted Wolverine, which personally I like, because it seems like they're sticking with this universe and this, I guess you want to call it timeline. It's kind of jumps, but they're staying canon within the movie universe. So I think this is a good way to do that instead of recasting someone right off the bat. So rumors. Yeah. We'll see more. But I like that premise. It's, Wolverine, is taking care of this child that presumably is one of the mutants that the government is trying to make a weapon out of. So, it's a classic kind of story trope where, you have this larger than life person that has these powers taking care of someone that can't help themselves. So it's, it's an interesting take on Logan.
Yes, Fox, I'm picking up what you're putting down. All of this, the poster, the title, Sal, pretty much everything I feel is eloquent, it's to the point. It shows the transition from the hero or whatever, the legend of Wolverine, to the man of Logan. I love the story premise, the fact that we never really talked about mutants losing their powers in that way, where it's
from
like
age.
Yeah, where like when you get old, your sight fades or your strength fades and all that. We never talk about mutants as their powers fading as a part of a natural evolution, which would make sense because it's just part of your DNA. So it's not like something you got through magic.
It's not magic.
It's science. So that I'm so interested to see. And yeah, I think it's X-23. It's safe to say. And it's, if so, that is a smart way to go on to the next without recasting, because your timelines are so all over the place. Throwing in a new Wolverine somewhere where we've probably already seen Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in that timeline would have made no sense. So hopefully whoever they get to play the little girl, and I'm hoping they show a future version or something, really gives us enough to feel good going forward after this Logan movie.
You know who I want to play it, but the hands it looks way too young. 11 from Stranger Things would have been good, but too small. Could be. Did you see Ryan Reynolds' little tweet the other day? He said that's my hand. That's a small hand from Deadpool. So yeah,
that would actually be hilarious if they did that. And so I don't know if a Deadpool's gonna be in this movie, but it makes sense. He doesn't age, so it'd be weird if he popped up, but who knows? Anyway, I'm excited for all that. We'll see more as it comes out, and we will hopefully see more Mr. Sinister soon because production is wrapped. So I'm assuming whoever is Mr. Sinister has already shot their stuff. It's weird.
Was he for sure in this? Or?
Yeah, we had to confirm that he was the main villain on one of our episodes. You were here.
Forgot.
But so whoever it was got in and got out without being seen. Alright, so our next bit of news, Ben Affleck himself came out and said that Deathstroke was chosen for the movie because he wanted someone whose skill set matched Batman's and would be a good matchup as far as a fight on screen and not just another villain. Also, he was saying we haven't seen Deathstroke on the big screen yet, and that he thought it was an exciting opportunity to bring him in and do something that they haven't seen. Sal, what do you think about those comments?
I agree 100%. We hopefully will be getting, a grounded Batman, even though this whole universe is something new to DC fans in terms of, this interstellar villain and all these goings-ons. With like Doomsday and stuff. So I think this will be a little bit of a step back in terms of the fantastical world that we're in now. And I think Deathstroke is one of the coolest looking villains, especially with the suit they just had on, or the test footage at least. He looked awesome. So I can agree with him, and I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, Ben Affleck, he also said that he was really impressed with what they did with Deathstroke, especially the new 52 version. So he's, I don't think he's nerding out. I think he just kind of like picks up comics to research. I mean, I know he's a fan of the character Batman, but I don't think he's like a nerd enthusiast. I think he just kind of picks it up like studios do. They're like, okay, let's read comics and see who's in here. But anyway, it was kind of cool to hear him say New 52 by name, which is an older Slade Wilson, a more veteran one. So that's what we expected when they casted Joe Manganiello. So yeah, it's nice to know that he's thinking past let's get a Joker out here, or someone knows. Let's get somebody that's a little more fresh and that can actually match up with Batman.
Yeah.
And it's also the title.
Oh yeah, so he was in an interview for his upcoming movie, The Accountant, and someone asked him, or they asked him what the title of the Batman movie was, and he said, right now we're calling it The Batman. What he meant by that was, right now, between him and the executives and the people running the show behind the scenes, is that they're referring to it, when they talk about it, they just say The Batman, or The Batman movie, or Batman. That was pretty much his exact quote. From a follow-up interview. So basically it's not called The Batman just yet. He's seen all the tweets, he's on social media, he says how people are trashing him already for how simple the name was,
really?
which is, The Batman. It's in his history, that's what they call him. Anyways, so it's not The Batman quite yet.
People are simple themselves if they really thought he was called the Batman. Because when I first heard the quotes, I know all these people need jobs. They got to run clickbait articles and stuff. The Batman has a new title, or the movie has a new title. And I'm like, even reading his quotes, you could tell he said, right now we're calling it the Batman. He didn't say that's the title. I wasn't surprised by the follow-up interview. But people getting mad over the title, you should be mad at yourself for not thinking logically. But anyway, someone that doesn't think logically, a man by Doctor Strange has some brand new TV spots that came out all week. We're getting them kind of stacked on each other now from a movie that didn't have a lot of marketing in at first. Now we're getting a lot of snippets of what this movie actually is. Sal, what'd you think? We watched 3 different TV spots today.
Yeah, so the marketing's upping its game. It's about a month away, right? So we're going to get a lot more. I'm sure we'll get another featurette possibly in the future, but the TV spots were spot on. I love those time ones. Those were the ones, those I thought were better than the original teaser trailer itself. I thought it was great marketing. You know, you had one going backwards, one going forwards. You had those little...
Should have been together.
You had those little sound bites that were backwards, and all you kept hearing was time. So that was really cool to see. I think we saw one of the... I forgot what the third one was called that we watched. But
Ego.
Ego. Oh, yeah, because his ego takes over his personality in the beginning. But in the time one, I want to go back a little bit. And supposedly in the Eye of Agamotto, he has the time stone.
Ooh.
So with all
my talking point.
Yeah, sorry, but with all those time references, I think it's inevitable that is the time stone. So we will see. I don't think it's going to be a big topic in the meat of the movie. I think they'll find it out towards like the end, or it might even be in a cutscene or something that it's in there. But I think that says something in the trailers.
I enjoyed TV spots. Yeah, just real quick. I said before, the more I see Benedict Cumberbatch as actual Doctor Strange, the more I'm excited for this movie. But I want to go back to the Time Stone. Sal, we know that's pretty much the case now with the Eye of Agamotto, but do you like that change in the lore? Because I personally am not sure how I feel about it. I don't like how some things are being forced to be Infinity Stone related that weren't before. So how do you feel about that?
I think it's necessary, and I like that they kind of, spread them out. I like that they're kind of like Easter eggs within the movies a little bit. You didn't know, or I didn't know at least, that the staff for Loki was the Mind Stone originally. So I like that they kind of leave little hints, and I think, like I said, it's necessary within the MCU to do that, because I guess you could just have them like, oh, here we found this little stone accidentally in the mountains or something like that. But I like that they're kind of giving reason to why things have power in that universe. Like the staff, why does it have that power? Because it has the stone. Why does the Eye of Agamotto have that power? Because it has the time stone in it, possibly.
Yeah, that's really what I don't like, though.
You know?
I mean, Loki's staff wasn't like historically anything, but Vision, his headpiece, and then the Eye of Agamotto, like those specifically weren't Infinity Stone related at all. And like, I don't know exactly how I feel with them changing it. I mean, especially with Doctor Strange, because most people don't know him or his story, so you can make up whatever you wanted. But B, the nature of his character, there's so many artifacts and so many things with power. Why take the most popular one and make that Infinity Stone related? Why couldn't you, they didn't have to say, oh, we just found this stone, but it could have been, we found the ring of Lazarus or something, and this has the Infinity Stone. Like, I don't know why they had to take the most associated item with Doctor Strange.
I just think it makes it more important in the story itself. Like the item itself, the Eye of Agamotto, makes it more important. So that's why I think they do it.
All right, Sal. Well, let me tell you why the Power Rangers release images of their weapons, because they got to fight, Sal. Go, apparently, is the new poster title. But anyway, we had an image of the Red Ranger's sword. Sal, what'd you think of it?
I liked it. It was simplistic, and I told you before, I think they're going to add a lot of CGI to it. But, I liked it. That's all I can really say about it. But it's just, I want some footage already. I need footage.
It's a slow leak, man.
It is a very slow leak, but it's consistent. It's been consistent since it's been announced. So I like that. I do appreciate that. And hopefully we'll get to see more tidbits. And it's cool because these are historically, these are all very relevant and important items. Like the Zords are important, the helmets are important, the suits, the swords, the weapons. So it's not like they're just giving us pieces of like little pieces, breadcrumbs. They're giving us pretty significant things. So, you know, people who are really fans of this and who have been fans of this really appreciate it. So I liked it.
Oh yeah, Red Ranger always had a broadsword type weapon, and you can see that the design was modeled after the broadsword, but it also has a design of dinosaur spine, like you can kind of tell, and it looks so good to me. And I think it looks good just, you know, as is, but with CGI it'll probably look even better.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is I kind of wish they did it like they did with the Zords, where it's
Like
each
he has it or
ranger, like
something.
like exactly holding it, an action pose instead of just there it is sitting on the table.
Like they just dragged it into Photoshop.
Yeah. So other than that, though, I really like the way it looks. I don't know. I'm getting more excited. Like you said, it's a slow leak, but the Zords got me excited. The weapons look good. The suits, I'm still kind of on the fence about, but it's looking good so far. I just want to see how the White Ranger saber looks.
Yeah.
Ooh, the talking one. That was. They probably won't do it because that thing was goofy. But
Is he in it?
he's got to show up.
What about the Green Ranger?
I think
he
the
started out the Green
he's going
Ranger.
to be evil. Green Ranger was bad at first.
Yeah.
And so I
Tommy
think
turned good.
Rita Repulsa is going to recruit Tommy in the movie at some point, and by the end of it, he'll probably still be the Green Ranger, and then later in the next movie, he'll become White Ranger.
Still, though, yeah. That'd be pretty
I
cool.
think it'd be too much to like force Green and
Yeah.
White Ranger all in
Especially
one.
if it's like an origin story.
Yeah.
So.
But I think there's going to be a Tommy in there. Last news item for the day: Spider-Man: Homecoming has wrapped. Celebrated with some images of the cast and crew heading home on a flight. But what's significant about this, Sal, is we have months of shooting. Everything is wrapped up. New York and London, or wherever they were. Georgia, New York. I think they did some off-site. We have not seen anything from Michael Keaton,
I was
who
just
has
thinking
not been confirmed yet to be Vulture. He is in the movie, but we don't know who he is. Zendaya still hasn't been confirmed as Mary Jane by the studio. We have no shots of either. What are your thoughts?
Maybe they're not as main characters we thought they were. Shocker could have been the main character.
Do you believe that? Michael Keaton, and you don't use him?
Well, we don't even know who he is. He's just rumored to be. I don't know, man. Maybe they're setting up this next movie with Vulture.
Do you think there's a possibility Shocker's actually the main villain?
I just think they're really good at hiding it. So I think Vulture is the main guy.
Okay.
But I think Shocker also plays a significant part.
So, in your heart of hearts, you still believe Michael Keaton is the Vulture?
Yeah, I think so. Because they haven't said it. Yeah, I feel like they're still just trying to hide it. You know, all those rumors came out and they didn't say anything.
I'm not worried about them not saying it. What I'm worried about is there's thousands of cameras on an open location. We see Tom Holland in every type of random leaked photo, but there's nobody that caught a glimpse of Michael Keaton there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, the one thing I will say is that just thinking of the Vulture character, you would most likely have to do all that kind of in a green screen studio, where, you know, they got the fans and the wires work and all that because he does fly. So that I could kind of think maybe he's doing it later, or he's already did it in a separate location. And, you know, when it's in studio, it's harder to get pictures than an open set. But still, it's just a little weird that we didn't see him on set at any point.
Really weird. I don't know what to say. I don't know.
But at the same time, we didn't see Donald Glover. So that could mean nothing because we know he's not Vulture.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Are you excited for this movie, though, after everything we have seen?
Yeah, I mean, we really haven't seen much. We saw, the only things significant that stood out to me was shots of Tom Holland in the suit on set, like 20 of those, and then the Shocker. So right now my excitement's not that high. And I'm sure it will get high. Like with Power Rangers, mine wasn't, I was like, oh, that's cool, they're rebooting it. But then every little leak has gotten me more excited. So I'm sure it'll be like that. But right now, I'm just kind of not really thinking about it.
Okay. I think that they're missing out by not releasing whatever featurette they put together at Comic-Con that people buzzed about and how amazing it was. It's very John Hughes-esque, and so they released the Thor thing. I don't know why they haven't released the Spider-Man featurette yet, because I think that footage would get us hyped. But now that they're wrapped, maybe they will release it sometime soon.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's New York Comic Con, but I'm not sure if Marvel's there. It's this weekend.
Well, there's also Sony, so we don't know who has the final say on that.
We'll see.
All right, so that was it for today. That is the episode. Sal, any last thoughts? Where can people find us?
Go ISU for homecoming this weekend. Southern Illinois? No, Yorkville? I don't know, Yorkville, something like that. We don't even know the play.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ISU. You can find us on Twitter at The Canon Vlogger, on Facebook, facebook.com/TheCanon. Share, retweet, tag us so you can win that movie.
What he said. And if you heard it here, it's